let's try not to come in until 10 minutes. We'll come in about 6:50. Okay. I mean, you can go live and show whatever you want to show, but you can bring us in. That gives you a few more minutes to we can work on this and get better. Okay. And listen, I'm stating the obvious here, but Chris and I are not exactly. The less we have the camera on us, the better. I don't know if they have a remote or not. It was on. It's been on. Okay. The monitor up here is timing out, and I don't see one. Maybe it's on the other side of it, Chris. We had one up here last week. Okay, thank you. I'm on the talkback right now. Can you hear me? Okay, you're coming in really loud now. Yeah, so I'm on the talkback right now. Can you hear that? Okay, I'm going to try the headset, okay? Check. Can you hear me? Okay, good. We, yeah, we need to turn our headsets down a little bit. Lower. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Yeah, the feedback, what I'm hearing from you is better now. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to hear myself, uh, or feedback, but as long as you and I can talk, that's the most important thing. Okay? Okay. I'm going to talk to Chris here for a couple of minutes. We'll talk through some things. Okay? But I'm listening. So certainly by Chris Rule, and proud to bring this broadcast tonight on a beautiful September evening. And exciting game here as we look forward to breaking the 53-1 tie between these two McIntosh County rivals. And so be really excited to see this ball game and see it unfold. We got a couple of big-time players on each side that we'll talk about through the night. You see number 1, Elijah Thomas, a junior, the top prospect in the state of Oklahoma in the junior class, a recent OU commit, dynamic playmaker on both sides of the football. And then you see opposite him one of the best linemen we've seen in the last couple of years, number 68, Dravin Gregg, who has won 3 straight in this rivalry. So be a big night here as we see the coin toss unfolding at midfield. And it looks like CHECOTAH will receive the kickoff at the west end zone as they shake hands and head to the sideline. So talk first about EUFAULA coming in here. They won 3 straight in this rivalry. They're 1-1 on the season. They had a big win, 63-7 versus Tahlequah Sequoia last week. 7 returning starters on 8 returning starters on defense. But they had to replace one of the best quarterbacks in EUFAULA history, Luke Adcock, who has moved on through graduation. We'll see how they handle the affairs offensively. We expect them to be very good defensively as always. You look on the side of CHECOTAH. They came into this ball game 2-1 with a 59-14 win over Haskell last week. This is the 4th season for head coach Zach Ross. He is 0-3 in this rivalry game, so it'll be interesting to see what he does to prepare his guys for this game tonight. And so we're really excited to see this kickoff here in just a couple of minutes. I think we're about just 2 or 3 minutes away. We're waiting on the EUFAULA team, the CHECOTAH team to take the field. And you hear them as the hometown crowd cheers them on. Fireworks going off, American flags everywhere, and there's not an empty seat in this stadium. So this game means a lot to both communities, and we're excited to bring it to you tonight. Very little wind here at Wildcat Stadium and Wildcat Field, and we're just north of I-40 here in CHECOTAH. You see in the distance, we'll see trucks passing by from time to time, but we're excited to see this one kick off pretty quick here. And as with most rivalry games, there's a lot of emotion on this. So we saw last 2 years in this ball game, a lot of penalties early on. We'll see how both teams settle into this ball game. Look for it to be a little chippy. I think there's a lot of guys that don't like each other on the respective sidelines. So we'll see how well they handle this, and get to see Thomas return the kick here. He's deep in the middle here for CHECOTAH. CHECOTAH wearing all blue this year, white striping down the legs, blue helmets with white C's, and a stripe down the middle and black face mask. Really sharp uniforms, and EUFAULA in their traditional crimson pants, white tops, and white helmets with the Ironhead logo on the sides. Number 44 will kick it deep for EUFAULA, Brian Lynn. Coach Newton Jr. said that he has done a good job kicking for him so far. And you see a lot of times in early season contests, kicking game deciding a ball game, whether it's a muff punt, bad kick, or a big return. So we'll see it, and he boots it. Short, deep onside kick, fielded at the 38, fair caught by number 7, Brian Love, and EUFAULA will take over right there. He waved fair catch, and the official he didn't go down, and nobody touched him. The official didn't let him call it. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Be a 37-yard line, or they marked it at the 36, where EUFAULA will start on the left hash and start this ball game off. Number 14 under center. Just a miscommunication in the secondary. Safety was looking in the backfield, and Jones had a nice pass over the top and hit him down the seam for an easy touchdown. That's what the Checotah crowd needs. Get them going here in this rivalry game. Quarterback Jones is also your kicker, left-footed kicker. Point, try down, kick is up, and good. So with 10:52 left in the first, you see the replay right here. Good throw. Number 12 just mistimed it. Got beat over the top, and he raced into the end zone for a big touchdown. That's a freshman, Jaden Lake, number 4. This is the 4th game I've called in the McIntosh County War, and this is the first time I've seen Checotah strike this early. And they have explosive athletes on the field, and how well Jones does tonight distributing the football is going to dictate their success tonight. See if Coach Ross can get his first win in this rivalry game. Joined alongside Chris Rule here. Chris, glad to have you back.
Thank you.
He had to take care of some matters downstairs, and he joined us here on the broadcast now. Did you see that touchdown play?
What a start.
Pretty good start right there for us, folks, and we'll see how EUFAULA responds. We know Coach Newton well from covering the Ironheads several times, and see the touchdown play once again, and love maybe or Lake, I'm sorry, making one of the biggest catches in his young career as a freshman.
You know, he throws that right over the safety's head. You know, you got to hand it to him. He's getting it to his playmakers. And we have a McIntosh County war going on.
Absolutely. So you got Peter Lee deep, number 12. He was the safety beating over the top there. He will be your single return man.
Got a good shoe game going tonight.
He got some elite lime shoes going.
So right out of the hat.
Yeah, we haven't even hardly settled in.
I know.
There's still nachos on the plate, Chris. Kick down the middle. Going to be fielded at the 15 by number 24, Maddox Bridges, and he is stuffed at the 18-yard line there by number 22, Jaden Casey, a junior for Checotah.
Checotah came to play tonight.
Yes, nice. Checotah's got a little fire in them with the all-blue uniforms tonight, and looking great.
Yeah, Kurt, we're still breaking in our new crew this year, and still have a few.
You got to get that.
We still have a few technical difficulties issues that we worked through, but we're night and day better than we were last week. So.
Here we go. EUFAULA under center. Bunch receiver at the top of the screen, or to the bottom of your screen. Single receiver out there. Maddox to the boundary. He's manned up. Handoff looks like a little trickeration. Reverse to Peter Lee. Good pursuit, good tackle out there on the edge by number 8, Eli Patterson.
You know, that's just good disciplined defense with your cornerback staying home.
Yeah.
And reading the play and coming up and making the play even.
Well, you want to test them early and see if their emotions or their wits are about them, or if they're emotional. So good play to see if they're awake. Trips to the bottom of your screen this time. Single back in the backfield. Dallas Carter. Peter Lee. Procedure penalty will back it up, make it 2nd and 11, or maybe 2nd and 12. Quarterback for EUFAULA, Ledger Folsom, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, number 6. Had a big 70-yard run last week in the win over Tahlequah Sequoia. Or 77, 7-yard. My bad, Chris.
Big win for them last week.
The key for EUFAULA this year is how are they going to replace the offensive prowess of Luke Adcock, the great quarterback that graduated last year. Folsom running. He's got some wheels. He's got
Nice
room to
move.
run, folks. Out to past the 35 to the 40 and out of bounds at the 44.
Nice run.
Good way to get it going right there is the legs of Folsom.
You can see the receiver's doing a nice job downfield, giving him some room. Number 18 with the
Great
on
block
the
by
outside.
Dresden Childs there on Thomas, who's coming up from the safety position. Trips to the top of your screen. Single receiver at the bottom. Single backfield here. We call 10 personnel. Folsom hands off to Lee. He's met in the middle. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage by number 12, Dallas Carter. They're calling fumble. And a ball is recovered by CHECOTAH. We'll have to take a replay of that, but they'll give the ball first and 10 on the 43.
Took it right out of his hands.
Yeah, fighting for extra yards, shoved somebody off, tried to switch the ball, and should have just gone down. Ball security gives great field position here to CHECOTAH. See if they can capitalize on this turn of events, Chris. Boy, he's got room to run. Kind of a horse collar, but they're not going to call it. Luna with a tackle.
Watts, number 77.
Or, yeah, sorry, Rashawn Watts to play there, 77.
He's a big boy up the middle there.
Yeah, Jones had nowhere to go and kind of got the pocket collapsed on him and took off, but Watts was there to snuff it out.
300-pound defensive lineman. That's tough to move when you're a high schooler.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle to number 2, Cade Mitchell. Good drive. Gets it down to the 35, 36-yard line. Bringing it up 3rd and 4.
Watts on the tackle again.
I think you're in 4-down territory here.
Oh, I agree. I definitely think you're
See if CHECOTAH goes back here to Thomas.
empty set.
Got twins, empty backfield. Lane Elliott here in the slot next to Thomas. We're going to call timeout, and we're going to take a break in the action here with 8:36 left in the first quarter. CHECOTAH leading 7-0 in the McIntosh County War.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit Bravado Wireless.
Big things are happening. As promised, VoLTE is here. VoLTE is Voice over LTE, which basically means clearer calls, faster data, and better connections, and upgraded tech for all of our customers. Stay tuned for more updates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to CHECOTAH for Friday Night Lights, hosted by Bravado Wireless. Curtis Branch joined alongside Chris Rule here. Early 7-0 lead for CHECOTAH, Chris, but we're facing a 3rd and 4 from their 36. What do you think CHECOTAH's going to do here out of this timeout?
I think they got 3 downs to make 4 yards. That they've been handing off up the middle inside the tackles. I think that's where they're going to go. And of course, I'm wrong.
Jones drops back, hits a crossing route. Elliott, room to run, down to the 20 where he's smacked by number 12, Peter Lee. But that'll give the Wildcats a first down. Like that crossing route right there, Chris.
Yeah, I mean they're going to their
linebackers dropping deep. Good throw there by Jones. Good accuracy. Marked him down at the 19. Going trips to the top of your screen here. Single receiver at the bottom, Bray. Rolls right, looking back or left, and he's got back right. He's got room to run, folks. Jones dances inside the
He's
10 to
still
the
in.
5. Big collision. Knocked out of bounds about the 1 yard line. First and 10 or first and goal Wildcats.
Nice read with the cutback and
I think he was going to throw it back, but Bray was covered and nobody was in there to contain the edge, and he took off.
yeah, he got around that edge and there was no one there. So we got first and goal on the 2-yard line.
You see kind of a diamond backfield here with Thomas in the very back. Handoff to number 2, Caden Mitchell, and he's in.
Checotah takes a big lead.
Yeah, 14-0. Huge momentum on the Wildcat side here early on. See if they can convert the point after.
And they did exactly what they need to do when you get a turnover inside your 40-yard line is put it in the end zone on the short field.
Snap down. Kick is up and good. So with 8:07 left in your first quarter, the hometown CHECOTAH Wildcats take a commanding 14-0 lead. And with that, we'll take a break in the action here on Bravado Wireless Friday night game of the week.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today.
Hey, you should have been here. Yeah, he broke the school record. It was amazing.
Yeah, I saw it. It was amazing.
What do you mean? How did you see it?
It's on Bravado TV.
Let Bravado Wireless keep you connected with unlimited home internet plans starting at just $49.99 per month. Restrictions apply. See store for details. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to CHECOTAH Friday Night Lights.
Your mic's open.
Lee with a return across the 30, where he's met with a swarm of Wildcats. Gives EUFAULA a good field position, though, after falling down 14-0 early on.
Well, you can tell, Kurt, that they are still fired up. They are in this game.
Absolutely. So let's see how the Ironheads respond here. Down 14-0. It's not trailed in the contest the last 3 years.
I was getting ready to make that comment as well. That,
they're the ones that have jumped out early, so we'll see if momentum stays that
shoes
way.
on a different foot this year and see how they react.
Folsom looks to pass. Little slip screen outside. He's got room to run. Big time play right there, brought down by Thomas, saving a touchdown. But Maddox Bridges with a nice gain across midfield out to the 42 of the Wildcats.
Yeah, nice 28-yard completion there. Puts them in business.
Yeah.
Little slip screen.
Didn't cover it well there. First and 10, 42. Twins to the side, 2 backs in the backfield. Folsom takes a handoff, misdirection, gives it to Lee. He's got room to run.
Good 10 yards there.
Yeah, big offensive line moving Wildcats there. Both these teams have had historically good offensive lines, and you see them again tonight. I think the strength of the Ironheads is their offensive line here offensively.
They're going to mark that a yard short to make it 2nd and 1. You know, CHECOTAH's shifting, their linemen are shifting at the snap, and they kind of shifted right away from the play in that last on that last play.
Oh,
yeah.
Penalty there on number 55. Jumped a little early. Carson Luna.
And he jumped when they shift.
Yeah.
And CHECOTAH shifted to the left, and that's when he jumped.
2nd and 6. I only marked off 4 yards there, Chris. Twin receivers to the bottom of your screen.
Big steps.
Lee.
So we had to take 4.
Yeah. Oh, fumble. Mesh point was missed there by number 27. Gavin Watkins recovered late by Folsom.
He shouldn't have tried to even hand that ball off. The running back was already past him when he reached out with the ball. As you see here in the replay.
Got to have better awareness, better timing on that.
Tucked it and followed his running back up the hole.
Trips to the bottom of our screen here, single receiver up top. CHECOTAH showing pressure. Running play here, Folsom. Nowhere to go. Drugged down by number 72, Bryce Marshall, a freshman.
They showed pressure and backed out with the linebacker and the safety.
Little cat and mouse action going on between both coaching staff, showing stuff, pulling out of it. And so brings up 4th and 5. Obviously, 36 down 14-0.
At 36,
they're plus 36. You got to go here. Play clock at 15. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Single receiver up top. They're going to call timeout.
Yep.
Undecided there. And so with
play clock at 4, they had to call timeout.
Had to burn one. So with 5:15 left in the first quarter, CHECOTAH leading 14-0. We're going to take a quick break here at bravadowireless.com. You want me to say Bravado?
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome to Bravado Wireless, from right here in eastern Oklahoma, where we provide quality.
Back to the action here. 4th and 5 early in this ball game. It's critical play for EUFAULA. Can they keep momentum going, or are they going to stall this out? Folsom directing traffic, twin receivers both sides.
Slip screen.
Little hitch
nice
route
play
there. Looks like he got the first down. That's number 18, Dresden Childs.
Nice pass. Put it right in the breadbasket, and there you go. You got a 1st and 10.
First down on the 30.
So they get penalized 5, so they make 15 yards on that downs of
twin receivers. Folsom under center. Lee to his right. Got him. Had Childs deep. Going to have to scramble though. Makes
nice
guys.
Move.
Wow, big hit there. Nice gain.
He's
Rain Westbrook gets down to the 26. That's a gain of about 4. Boy, Folsom's legs are good. He'll make you miss.
Yeah, he's gonna feel that one tomorrow, though.
Yeah,
that one hurt.
That was a pancake.
That's one of those where you've got to take a second breath and shake it off.
Folsom with Lee joined beside him. Handoff to Lee. Little counter action down inside the 20. That should be a first down. Going to be right at the mark.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short. It's going to bring up 3rd down and
Jaden Bray with the
less than 1.
assist there on the tackle from the corner position. Good physical cornerback there. You see him coming in. Dragged down from behind by number 20, Jackson Frayne Jones.
First down is on the other side of the 20.
So
they got to go.
Yeah, so 3rd and short here. Look for a quarterback keep. Hand off to Lee. He's got room to run.
1st and more.
He gets inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line where the Ironheads will move the chains again. I think that's what you're going to see out of Eufaula, just a methodical run game behind a really good offensive line and move the chains and take a little clock and take away some of the momentum here from CHECOTAH.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just kind of just pounding it up the middle in between the tackles and letting their strength is their offensive line and, and letting them do the work. And every once in a while they're throwing a screen on the out and to mix it up.
They're also being very methodical with the play clock. They're getting it under 5 a lot of times. Folsom with the carry, chased down from behind by number 51 there, Rain Westbrook, junior for CHECOTAH. Made a couple of plays in a row from that defensive end position. Reads the mesh point and then chases him down the line. Good speed by the junior. Bring up 2nd and 9. Going trips to the field this time. Twin receivers outside. Look for the tunnel screen or look for a quarterback keep right here, Chris.
Yeah, I would say probably there's your keeper.
Little counter action off of the jet sweep. Gets it down to about the 6-yard line, just short of the 5. And bring up 3rd and goal, or 3rd and 3, it looks like.
You're in 4-down territory for sure, so I think you just keep it on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Big down, though, for CHECOTAH. You got to answer here, for Eufaula, because you got to answer this. Got 4 receivers to the field, 1 to the boundary. Look for a quarterback keep right here. Oh, jet sweep. Maddox got a little room to run. He's pushed down. Looks like he's going to get the first. They pushed him back out to about the 8, but the forward progress gets him down to near the 2, which will bring up 1st and goal.
That looked like that was set up a lot better than what it was. I think he cut that back too early. If he would have flown it out more to the boundary, I think he was in.
Absolutely.
But he cut it back into the traffic.
But he got what he needed, so that's first down.
That's correct. Yeah, he's got, they're sitting with 1st and 10, and they're coming out in a power formation.
Yep. Got a a tight end fullback type right there. Oh, fumbled snap. Has to fall on it at the 10. That's a huge loss of 7 at the goal line here. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 10.
What you didn't want to have happen, happened.
Yep. Well, they're going to mark it back to the 7. It's weird he fell on it on the 10.
I agree. I
see the replay here. He falls on it on the 10, and they mark him on the 7.
In college, you can't fumble the ball forward, but
guess you can't fumble it backwards in high school
either, right?
Kind of power formation again. Lead to the right or left of Folsom. Little quarterback lead.
He's still going.
Boy, Folsom got some strength in those legs. They're going to call him short.
Inches short.
Like that little counter action.
Number 12 at the bottom of the pile for CHECOTAH.
Good tackle in there by Dallas Carter.
That's one of them you say, get off me.
It's a big down right here.
You got all that weight on you. So that ends the first quarter.
14-0 at the end of 1. CHECOTAH leads in the McIntosh County War. We'll be right back after a sponsor break here from BravadoWireless.com.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome to Bravado Wireless, from right here in eastern Oklahoma, where we provide quality wireless service and nationwide coverage for just $40 a month per line. Where we go above and beyond for you. This is your local service provider. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless. Big things are happening. As promised, VoLTE is here. VoLTE is voice over LTE, which basically means clearer calls, faster data, and better connections, and upgraded tech for all of our customers. Stay tuned for more updates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection. If you haven't heard, we're moving to 5G and shutting down our 3G network. But don't worry, this is a good thing. What you can expect out of this conversion: less dropped calls, crystal clear calls, faster data, and voice and data simultaneously. Unfortunately, some older phones...
As we're back in action,
here we go.
EUFAULA's knocking on the door.
Got a little power I formation, jumbo set. And Folsom just pushes and gets a little assist there for number 10.
He didn't have to go far, though.
No,
but they needed that drive big time.
Big answer there for EUFAULA Ironheads. Cutting the lead to 8 with a chance to kick the extra point here.
So we've got a football game now.
Yep. This has been kind of one-sided the last couple of years, so it's interesting to see how this will play out over the course of 4 quarters. But if you're a Checotah fan, you really got to like the start. Drive down and score, and with some help from your all-everything player Elijah Thomas.
Cut that lead in half.
But EUFAULA responds, cut it to 7. You see the replay here. Folsom got a little help there for number 10. Played Neil.
That wasn't a little. That was a lot.
Or Neil. Apologies.
He could have made that from 5 yards with that push.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's an empty seat here, Chris. I tell you one of the things I love about this field is that you've got in both stadiums, EUFAULA's in here. You've got plenty of seats along the sidelines there, outside the track, where people bring their lawn chairs. There's not an empty rail on this fence here in Checotah tonight. And you can't have better football weather than what we got.
Last week was a little warm, but
I think you and I ought to go out and have punt, pass, and kick competition at halftime. 11:58 here, left in the second quarter. See if EUFAULA deep or just did a shallow one side to the sidelines last time. We'll see if they do that. I can't imagine them kicking it away to Thomas and giving him a chance to return it.
What do they say? I'm not as good once as I once was.
I'm as good once as I ever was. I think it'll end for me on the punt. I think that's where, I can pass it, and I don't think I'll rupture anything. But
I don't think they have those competitions anymore.
No, they really need to bring that and the President's Physical Fitness Council back. 44, Brian Lynn set to kick it. Braid cheating up to the 25, anticipating this going to the left sidelines. He's going to pooch it right down the middle.
You are called to...
Number 5 gets a return about the 25, and he's
44.
Boy, he's wrestled down. The kicker with the big tackle. That'll give us Checotah the football, 1st and 10 on their 28-yard line.
Kind of deceiving that he is the kicker, but he's also the running back and linebacker.
Yeah.
A little deceiving there.
Our nose tackle used to be the kicker. That was pretty deceiving, too.
Wow, that was a bulldog.
Nice tackle and then stay down.
Yep.
Looked like a
That's one of those you like
calf
can't
roper.
get called anymore for a flag when you do the stay down.
Checotah showed good balance thus far. Really good quarterback play from Jones. One back, trips to the top. Hand side handoff again. Got room to run. Big gain outside above the 40 to about the 43 on a burst up the middle from Caden Mitchell, who's had a big game so far.
Nice run for the sophomore.
Both teams are a little more methodical than what we've seen early in the season. You see a lot of people going up tempo. Both are taking a few seconds off the play. Twin receivers. Throw it to the boundary here to Jaden Bray, who can make you miss. He does. Gets out near the 50, about the 49-yard line. Could be a gain of 8 on the play. Nice quick hitter there for Bray, the senior, who's had some big games in this rivalry. Rashawn Watts limping off with left ankle
injury. He's made
injury.
quite a few tackles up the middle there. That's
Trips to the boundary. Single receiver up top.
He's going deep.
Got him over the middle. Just overthrew Bray on the crossing route. He had room to run if he caught it.
He's got a nice arm.
Yep. Third and 2. They had Thomas at the top, but Eufaula is bracketing him.
I thought that's where he was going. I thought they were going to try to get it to the.
It's easier to get it to him when they're bracketing him to the boundary here, because you got to give him space. So look for them to go to Thomas here off the boundary. He's offsides.
They give it to him on the
jet sweep to Thomas. Nice play right there. Picks up 3. Clearly offsides. They don't call it.
They're going to give him the first down, I believe. From my vantage point, he has it.
Yep. Moving the chains. Another way to get Thomas the ball. Put Thomas in the slot this time.
They're looking at him.
Hits Bray on the quick out. Good throw. Got to catch the ball.
Kind of had his arms crossed there. Kind of ate him up a little bit.
2nd and 10. Well, if you want to win this rivalry game, you need to catch those passes right there. That's a different police car on a wrecker. Usually a police car's calling the wrecker. Trips to the top of your screen. Bray singled up here on the
He's offsides on this side.
Elliott, he got room to run.
They're going to blow that dead. They
should not have blown it dead.
No, that's a free play.
And again, a miscue on the officiating crew right there. You could pick up 5 on 2nd and 5, but he might have had a touchdown. Boy, Mitchell burst through the first level of defense, and then they blew it dead. Good blocking up front. Really good blocking up front.
They don't blow it dead till he's 15 yards down the field.
Yeah. Trips to the top of your screen. Single receiver here. Jumps offside, and that'll be another 5 yards. And an easy first down on 2 miscues by the Ironheads.
There was an illegal substitution there. Right there at the end of right before the snap, guy number 3 runs in and sets up as a receiver on the near side.
The officials aren't like, it was 2 5-yard penalties equals 10 yards. Should move the chain. So miscommunication there. I don't think you can have a 4-yard penalty here.
No, again though, that should offset. But
trips to the top. Jones back pass it. Hits Bray on the slant route. He makes the guy miss and then gets walloped there about the 24. Big time hit. And then we got a penalty after the play. Flags everywhere.
They might call that a high hit.
Coach is Coach Ross is wanting the targeting hit. I think we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct. We're going to call sideline warning. They're going to mark it back.
Wow.
I think it gives them the first down, and then we're going to take it back.
But I thought they might have called a little excessive there on the hit, but
I mean,
it's a dead ball foul at anything, right? So the play counts, but that's not what they're going to mark off.
Boy, we don't have mics on the officials, so it's a little bit confusing here.
Okay, so they're going to count the play. Gives them first down. Now we got a flag on another flag.
Should be a procedure penalty. Yep.
It is.
So now we're going backwards here.
Yep. So in my estimation, they're going to count the play that was 15 yards
and then mark it back.
Mark it back, so it would have made it first down again.
Or you could just wave it off and replay the down, which is effectively the same thing. Twin receivers both sides. This has been a long drive, longest one of the night. Sideline throw out there to Thomas. Easy catch on the out route. Picks up, let's say 11, make it 3rd and 4 or
he
second.
He looks like a man among boys.
He does. And so you see how he works the sidelines. The deep routes are going to cover, but you got to give him space, and he just makes an easy catch. Really good throw, good timing on that. You see how they've connected several times. Twin receivers again, working the left boundary.
Wow.
Got procedure, I think, on left tackle.
Yeah, so that make it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 9.
Yeah. Kurt, there's very few times when you look at a player and you can just look at him and a kid and say, that's D1.
Yeah. Well, we've seen Thomas the last couple of years in this ball game, and he really stood out. They weren't able to get him the ball offensively a lot last year, able to do so much more effectively this year.
And he was out here as a freshman.
Yeah. Made a couple of big plays in this rivalry game. Handoff to Mitchell. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage there. Looks like number 2, Luke Hodgins on the tackle. Sophomore linebacker. 3rd and 8. Now, it's interesting to see. I think you're in 4-down territory. See if they try to get it back in 1 or try to go on 2 here. Twins to each side. Motions Elliott across. Deep crossing route to Bray.
He's got it.
He's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Wildcats. Great strike on the crossing route. Clears out the safety with the vertical. Bray comes under, catches it on the hash, and takes it to the house. We talk a lot about Thomas, but Bray has been great in this rivalry and a 4-year starter for CHECOTAH as well. And had a couple drops early, but a big touchdown catch there to kind of answer EUFAULA. Point after try is snap down, kick is good. No, he missed it. So score will be 20-7 after that strike by Jones. You see it again right here. Safety falls down, and Bray outraces the secondary to the end zone.
In years past, the last couple years, it's always been they've had the good receivers. They just didn't have the quarterback to get them the ball.
Yeah.
Now that this quarterback looks pretty good, they haven't had a really definitive quarterback since they've had Shropshire behind center. There's the kids. They're loving it. They're fired up for this rivalry.
Deep onside. Recovered and stuffed to be stuffed at about the 30-yard line.
So they're back to a 13-point deficit, so they've got to answer again to stay in this ball game. So they're going to mark the ball at the 30-yard line. They got first and 10.
Trips to the top of your screen. Single receiver here down close to the boundary. Lee alongside Folsom. 9:32 left in the second quarter. Folsom rolls left. Going to throw it deep.
He's got a man.
Wow, Maddox over the top. Big time. Maddox Bridges. Been just calling him Maddox, first name only. Apologies to the Bridges family. Big time gain there. That's a 31
yards.
31-yard gain there. I don't know what happened on the coverage, but safety must have come up when he saw Folsom rolling.
Well, the linebacker blitzed, so they brought 5.
Bridges on the jet sweep. Folsom is going to go up the middle and go nowhere.
That play
handled up the middle by Dallas Carter.
With the ends crashing, that play didn't have much of a chance.
Kind of that quarterback counter that we've seen a few times. EUFAULA content to.
Usually that DN would go with the motion man, but at that time he crashed and blew that play up.
Trips to the top, single receiver at the bottom, Bridges versus Bray.
Looks like pressure.
Folsom going to look. Boy, throws a kind of a wild pass.
That was a good
on
catch,
a screen play. Yeah, good catch and tuck there, but it only gains 1. Well covered by the CHECOTAH.
See it threw it back behind him and high.
So 3rd and 9, twin receivers to each side of Folsom.
See if they bring pressure. They show it.
6 in the box. Folsom looking to the sidelines. I think, again, you're in 4-down territory, so you don't have to get it all here at one point. Little hitch route or a little flare pass out there to Lee. He's going to get down to the 30, which would be about a yard short.
You can see there's the stands are packed.
Yep. 4th and 1 here. They're going to mark him. It'd be about a yard and a half, I think. See if they go power or if they keep it on the ground with Folsom.
View from our sideline camera. Almost a yard and 3/4 there, Kurt.
Yeah. Looks like they're going a little bit of power here. Blade Neal.
And we got a flag. Clock ran out. They may move him back 5. Delay a game. That hurts on a 4th down play, especially when you got timeouts left. That shouldn't happen. You can't take those timeouts to the locker room, so you get in a situation like that, you need to use them.
Well, I think the quarterback didn't look back at the coach, and Folsom rolls left on 4th down,
Got
throws
a
it
man.
deep. He's got Bridges open.
What a play.
Comes back, and he's going to race to the end zone.
What an individual effort. We got a
Got
flag,
a flag on the play.
Fellow's walking backwards. Eligible man downfield, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to get.
That'll make it 4th and 11. I don't know if we can get a replay of the lineman downfield. They were following the ball. No.
They're going to pick up the flag.
They picked it up. So we're going to kick an extra point. I don't
Well, we've got the
but
officials talking to the coaching staff from EUFAULA. Looks like they're going to count the touchdown. It's a 7-point game with a point after try to follow. Brian Lynn on kick the extra point.
We'll try to figure out what happened.
Kick is blocked. Score remains 7-point replay. We're going to get a replay of the touchdown pass here. Rolls left, good throw, single coverage. Bridges does a great job adjustment on the ball and then races around Elliott for a touchdown.
So 7-point lead, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for the kickoff.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right.
So, Curtis.
Back here at the McIntosh County War, CHECOTAH leading 2013 late or mid-second quarter. We have a touchdown, and then I must have been unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown, which forces them to kick off from the 25 here. See if they try to kick it deep. They do kick it away to Elliott.
We're going to pitch
hand off to Elijah Thomas, who gets up the middle, makes a couple guys miss, and gets it out to the 48-yard line, where CHECOTAH have great field position for the second drive of the second quarter.
The penalty, Kurt, must have been post-possession because they marked it off on the kickoff.
Right.
So, for those that were confused like I was. So they got 1st and 10 on the 48. Nice return.
Trips to the top of your screen here for this possession. Jones having a good night at the quarterback position, receives the snap, inside handoff. Caden Mitchell, just positive yardage every time he touches the ball, Chris.
Yeah, that was the play that if they wouldn't have called the penalty, I think he would have scored.
Right.
They go back to it there.
Gain of 6.
You know, that's a trap play. Basically, number 77 is kicking out.
We'll have a timeout on the field here for EUFAULA. And we'll take a break in the action with 5:59 left here in the second quarter. And come back in just minutes to resume action on bravadowireless.com.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today.
There's your lineman. There's your lineman number 77. He's basically kicking out on a trap play. A defensive player, you're supposed to read, because you're left alone. You're supposed to read that and crash down so you don't get kicked and kicked out of the play. And obviously that's not what your defensive player is doing. So you got 2nd and 4. Another penalty.
Delay of game. He says legal procedure.
I don't think you can take timeouts back to back. I know you can in college anymore. So that's a tough one to take when you come out of a timeout. Take a procedure.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Going backwards here. Boy, the second quarter. First quarter was pretty quick. Second quarter has been a slog.
Lot of penalties it's been a tough
a dozen penalties in the second quarter. Jones under center. Mitchell to his left. Inside handoff once again. Makes first guy miss. Makes second guy miss.
What a run.
Third guy miss. Fourth guy miss. Down to the 32-yard line. Big time run by Mitchell, who's having a field day here in this rivalry game.
We can see the replay on this.
Good kick out there.
2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5, 6.
Throws to the bound. Bray's got room to run down the sidelines. Stays in bounds, pushes down to about the 21.
Mitchell made almost the whole team on EUFAULA's defense missing.
We'll take a timeout. EUFAULA here. It's like 3:36 left in the first. No, 5:36. We're right in a spot where I can't see the.
I can't see that.
Yeah, it's 5:36 left. We'll stay here. The action 1st and 10 from the 22, and when they come back to action.
And it's like you said, Kurt. This second quarter is just dragging on here. So 1st and 10. Make sure you stay here for the halftime show. They're going to have the battle of the bands. Both of these schools have good bands, and they're going to lay it out there on the field.
Thomas has been quiet here in the second quarter. Jones throws it to him here. Little tunnel screen. He's making some runs here. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he just might have done it.
Wow, you got a late hit there. So they're going to give him 15 yards, half the distance here.
See why he's the top recruit in the junior class in Oklahoma. Kind of hard to tackle.
At the end of the game, we're going to make a OK Sportsnet player of the game. You guys need to, as fans, need to go to OK Sportsnet and vote for your player.
Looks like it'll be a 1st and goal after the late hit. So Thomas makes something out of nothing, gets a late hit, and gives them a 1st and goal here. Sustain this drive. 5:23 left first half. And there is not an empty seat or aside from where the bands were sitting. Mitchell to the right of. They're going to mark. Well, they're going to say he can get a 1st down. There's not much room between the 1st down marker and the goal line, about a foot.
Well, the ball's
so
on
it is
the
not
line.
1st and goal.
I don't know how they can do that unless there's some
yeah, now they're taking the chains back off.
links out of that 10 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved the ball back behind the line.
Got Bray one-on-one here at the bottom of the screen. Handoff inside to Mitchell. Boy, makes a guy miss and waltzes into the end zone. Boy, Mitchell is having a night. Caden Mitchell, the sophomore. Big, good-looking running back. Makes the first guy miss and dances into the end zone to push the score to 26-13. Doubles them up.
Yeah. So far, my vote for the OK Sportsnet player would be Caden Mitchell.
Yeah, big night for him. Jacob Jones on to kick the extra point. You know, and his success running the football helps you in the passing game. Get the ball to Thomas.
Open up those big time receivers, right?
Bray and Thomas on the edge.
Unfortunately, you want a clean game, and you can always say the refs are too much in the game, the limelight.
Yeah, this is. I don't think they're getting paid by the flag. They're going to wave it off.
Waving it off. That was just. The pace of the game is just slowing to a crawl.
Well, it takes the players out of a rhythm. It takes the game out of a rhythm here.
And the emotion.
And we're back to kicking the extra point after throwing a flag and picking up a flag.
Yeah, 5 minutes later. High snap.
Missed that one as well. Pulled it left. So 26-13. Checotah has them doubled up. We're going to take a break in the action here on BravadoWireless.com after we see the touchdown run here from Mitchell.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today. There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people.
You're on top of it.
Deep inside, Lee's trying to get out past the 25 to the 30. He's tackled at about the 25-yard line from behind. But looks like number 13, Mason Rainbolt, a freshman.
Kurt, we've got a couple good games coming up next week and the week after. Next week we go to Seminole. We got Stigler.
Stigler at Seminole, huh?
And then following week we go to Big Mac. And
Del City McAllister.
Del City McAllister.
Should be two good ones. Trips to the near side boundary here for EUFAULA. Both teams running a lot of trips open. Folsom with a quick hit back to Lee. He's going to get it out to about the 30.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress. He was took a step back towards the line of scrimmage, but they're not going to. They're going to give him the previous spot. Make it 2nd and 5. You can see where he took the step back. Somebody missed a block there.
Third and 5 for EUFAULA. Folsom back to pass, pressured off the edge. He's going to have to run. Makes a couple guys miss, but gets out to the 31. Will it be about 5 yards, 4.5, 5 yards short of 4th down? Greg back to punt. First punt of the night for EUFAULA.
Running
Lay guy on. Punt
good punt
to the CHECOTAH sideline. It's going to be down at the 47. It's about a 17-yard punt.
As I said last week, punting is a lost art.
Yep. So 3:39 to work. Great field position. CHECOTAH, do you try to just run your offense at a regular tempo, or do you try to take this down to the end of the half?
No, you run it at your tempo. Your defense is playing well. Got the stop in the last drive, so even if you give them the last possession, you want to get them down, and this is the time you put the pedal and put the gas in the engine and put the pedal down. You got Thomas split out wide, and they're in a
Same
zone,
trips formation, Bray, to the bottom of your screen. Handoff to Mitchell, who has had a stellar night. Drugged down right there at line of scrimmage by number 55, Carson Luna.
You got your deep safety look with
Cover 2 here against the trips. Jones rolls left. Throw back to Thomas he got it at the stick. We'll see where they mark forward progress. I thought he caught it about the 36 and then got drug out of bounds. They're going to mark him well short of forward progress here.
That's
Boy, that's a horrible spot.
Call. And it definitely upsets the Checota's faithful on the side.
Not disregarded the line judge on this side who saw the catch. The catch was made at the 37 or 36. Little tunnel screen to Bray over his head. Incomplete.
I think you go.
Way your defense is playing this little time left and as methodical as EUFAULA has been, I probably would agree with that.
They haven't stopped you yet, so
So fourth and 5 after the bad spot. I think you go to Bray or Thomas right here. Maybe a quick kick. Going jet sweep to Thomas, who's going to probably throw it. And he does. And he throws an interception. Jump up and turn around. Number 11, Caden Rice.
I don't know if he needed to jump, but he did.
Yeah. And then we got a late flag. That's going to be maybe a costly penalty there. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That play was well covered.
Yeah, he should have just turned and run with that one.
He might have made it if he would have turned and run. He had the edge. See if we can get a replay.
Chris, have I ever told you about the coach at Cleveland who, you talk about punting being a lost art. At Cleveland, on third and if it was 3rd and 8 or longer, he would just throw it deep. And my brother-in-law was a wide receiver, and he was the best tackler on the team, so he'd throw it deep. The quarterback could throw it further than they could punt it. Quarterback led the state with interceptions that year, 39 interceptions. And the coach is like, do you think they're ever going to figure out that I'm trying to punt on 3rd down?
Well, we would quick kick. That was our play.
Well, but if you can't quick kick it very far, the pass is more effective.
I haven't seen a quick kick since we did it. And then I saw it last week in the OU-SMU game.
Yep. So, set the stage here. 2:46 left, 2nd quarter. EUFAULA ball in there, 26.
That doesn't make sense.
Folsom drops back. Tunnel screen. Oh, and up.
He caught it.
They're going to wave it incomplete.
No. Let's see if he caught it or not.
Good athletic play there by 51, but doesn't come up with it. 2nd and 10.
See what it looks like on the replay. No, it hit the ground, didn't it?
No, that wasn't 51. My bad. Maybe 56. Tell you, they've gone to 24 here on the boundary. Maddox Bridges a couple times, so look for that. It's possible. Inside handoff, gotten really nowhere. Good crash off the end there by 56. Camden Miller.
Yeah, they're missing Watts on that tackles position.
Yeah, went down first quarter with an ankle injury. .2:15 and counting. Play clock down to 17. Empty formation this time. Trips to the top of your screen. Twin receivers to the bottom. Probably look for Folsom to run.
They got pressure.
Caught by Lee, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. And Checotah takes their time out first. Takes time out here with 2:54 or 1:54 remaining.
Do you go?
No, you don't. I don't think you go. But the last kick only went 17 yards, so maybe you pull the Coach Frazier and you throw it deep. Hope for an interception. Tell your receivers to cover good. That's one of my all-time favorite high school football stories. Well, it's been an exciting ball game. It's been one-sided affair the last 3 years, so Checotah faithful got to be pleased with going into halftime up 26-13 if it continues the way it's going.
You see, EUFAULA is rolling their props out it's like a Halloween show.
Yep. This game was played for the second consecutive year in EUFAULA last year because they put this new turf in. And it's beautiful playing surface that Checotah's got here. And they've got Greg back to kick. Show you how athletic he is. He's the kicker or the punter.
And Thomas is obviously would be back for Checotah. Yep.
I would think they wouldn't kick it to him, but you can't afford to get one off the side of your foot either. Most players on both teams going both ways. 2 late substitutes in, or 1. They need a second. 5, 8, 10. We got 10 on the field for EUFAULA. No timeouts. They're going to have to punt it. So they're 1 man down. Bad snap. Greg fields it. Oh, he boots that one. Thomas going to let it go. And that's going to roll inside the 22, 23-yard line where Checotah will go to work. 143.
Something that could have turned out pretty bad. Actually turns out pretty good when ball at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, so much for punting being a lost art there, Chris.
Well, yeah. You get a couple good rolls, and you can get up in
that had spiral on it and everything. Nice punt by Greg. You know, we saw a great kicker last week for Rejoice Christian. He kicked a 41-yarder and a 38-yarder. He's D1 type of kicker. When you see him in the high school level, they stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, in that, especially in, class, 2A?
Yeah. Jones goes to work. Mitchell to his side. Work from the sidelines with Bray.
Nice defense there.
Keeps him in bounds. That's Folsom, the quarterback, playing both ways. Boy, line judge hit Luna in the head.
The ball toss is lost art too,
Yep. Little hitch route here. Makes a guy miss. He's got room to run. He's going to get it out to the 40. We'll stop the clock.
He was.
Well, you can get it down the field and get a chance for a field goal here. They got 1 timeout left. See if they work without using how well they manage the clock here. An extra score here could be a difference maker. Boy. Had Brian Love on the crossing route and just threw it a little behind him.
That's the one that Bray scored on.
Yep, 2nd and 10. A vertical with a cross under.
Yep. That's a good-looking play.
Yeah. Safety's playing deep here for EUFAULA. I think I might give it to Mitchell on the handoff here. Room to run. Jones got plenty of room to run. He's going to get out across the 50 and get a first down and into EUFAULA territory, 49-yard line. Minute 4. Clock stopped. And it will stay stopped because he went out of bounds untouched.
Linebacker just couldn't get there.
Little hitch route again to Bray. Going to work the sidelines. Cuts it up the middle. He's going to be short.
Yep, they're not.
They're going to wave the stop the clock. Said he got out of bounds. He cut it back in, then dove out towards the sidelines. 2nd and 1.
Checotah's got 1 timeout remaining.
You can see the bracketed coverage on Thomas at the top. So just working this. Oh, they got him on the wheel route. Thrown that. Good play design. Hit Bray on the hitch route. They fake the block and throw it deep, and nobody was there. Puts a little air under that. That's a touchdown. Kind of the same concept he scored the first touchdown on. Jaden Lake got the scoring started here. third down play where he ran past the safety. 3rd and 2. Handoff to Mitchell.
He bounces it.
Boy, he is a tough runner, folks, and he's sophomore. Inside the 30 to the 28. Now you got room to strike. You got 46 seconds left. Clock stopped.
He reads it really well.
Yes. Like to see his pads get a little lower, but his little bounce cut right there is pretty good.
He's got good moves, good hips.
Thomas on the crossing route.
Wow.
Tried to hit Mitchell. It bounced off his hands.
To Thomas.
And he drops it. Pressure up the middle by Luna.
Yeah, that would have been a tough catch, though.
Probably a little pass interference not called there on number 2. Had his arms wrapped around Mitchell. 40 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10. See if they run the same crossing route. Vertical and across. There's Bray underneath. Boy, Jones had him, but he also had Bray underneath and with plenty of room to run. Kind of that under-over concept. I think you might see a crossing route right here. Bray's been good over the middle tonight. A lot of attention to Thomas at the top of your screen.
They're going to put
Jones back to pass. And he is stuffed. Going to take a sack there at the 40-yard line, which will take him out of field goal position. Timeout taken.
Jordan Ellen on the sack.
Good pressure up the middle.
From the
see the replay here, Chris. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 21. Or 4th and 21.
Into coverage.
So I think you've got to go verticals here. It doesn't hurt you to throw it in the end zone into coverage because it's just like a punt. It's going to be a loss of downs if you don't convert anyway. So I think you're probably going to see EUFAULA fall into an umbrella, deep umbrella coverage. And I think you're going to try to find, see if CHECOTAH just throws up a jump ball and see if Thomas can't go get it.
Saw a good shot there, Coach Larry.
Yep.
One of my favorite guys. Heck of a football coach.
Yep. Made some deep runs in the playoffs the last few years. And going empty formation here. Jones drops back.
Bringing 4, now 5.
Throws a deep corner route to Thomas, and he got him. Put Thomas in the slot that time to allow him to run the corner route, which takes away the double coverage, puts him singled up on the safety, who has to give him space. And a good throw right there. Good adjustment. Good
nice
catch.
Adjustment on the ball.
Hard man to cover. Trips to this side, single receiver to the bottom of your screen. That's
you
Thomas.
Give him that much time. That is a tough
OU
cover.
commit.
Yep.
Jones rolls right. Going to throw a deep ball out there to the sidelines to Bray. Underthrows him.
They had freshman Lake in the back of the end zone.
I think it's going to one of 2 people right here. It's going to 1 or 3.
Yeah, he was locked in on Bray there. another crosser at the back of the end zone. Number 4 was open.
Got twin receivers each side. Look for him to motion Elliott away to give him man coverage here. They're going to drop him straight back. Crossing route. And he catches it. Like I said, they were going to go to number 4 all the way there. The freshman, Jaden Lake, with the second touchdown of the night. Give them a score. 13 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Gives CHECOTAH a 32-13 lead as we near halftime.
That was a dart.
Yep. Crossing
coverage.
route because they play in the boundaries and soft in the middle because of the effect of Bray and Thomas on the edge. Jones with the extra point, 33-13. CHECOTAH leads by 20.
You know, nice play calling, nice time management. That was a nice drive here at the end of the quarter.
So CHECOTAH certainly having a big advantage here at halftime. Coach Ross got to feel good about the play of his quarterback, Jones, who has thrown some strikes tonight.
Yep.
3 touchdown throws.
Nice throw. He stepped into that one.
So EUFAULA get one more strike at it here before halftime in the Battle of the Bands. Jones throws it right, kicks it left. What do you think that's about, Chris? And he's knocked it off the stand 2 times in a row. Oh, it's trouble. Fielded by Folsom at about the 15. He's smothered down there. Good coverage by number 13 and number 9, Keith McGuire. First and 10 on the 21. 7 seconds remaining in the half. Backs to each side of Folsom. Twins to the top, single receiver down low. Handoff. Bounces it outside there, number 27, Gavin Watkins. And that'll end the half with the CHECOTAH Wildcats leading 33-13 here on Bravado Wireless. Friday Night Lights, game of the week.
And we'll take a break, but stay around and watch the
Battle of the Bands.
We'll see you at the start of the third period.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless coverage. Make the bold move and switch today.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today.
Trombone duet by Brian Scarborough in the Charlie Inn, performing Paparazzi and Applause. The pride of EUFAULA. make the announcement. Really, where they going to move to. Announcement, it's John Butler. Can you hear me? From EUFAULA, John Butler from EUFAULA. Your car needs to be moved immediately. John Butler from EUFAULA. Your car needs to be moved immediately, please.
Hey, Dave. I'm just zoned out. I can tell you, bro. You coffee in the morning, brother? Good, man. I hope to be there. Hey, you doing? Damon. How are you doing? I'm good. You? Same whole thing. I think you're always going to be. Keep using it, off. Keep making it. I don't know what Robin did on the other day. I'm telling you, Robin is really picture. Big old pack. I'm telling you, this is like paper. I put all the bad stuff and turned the water on it and said, now go get some real toilet paper. Exactly. I'm not using that. I'll bring you some good stuff. That's the free stuff they get me on my clothing. Yeah, I don't know if it came from there or what, but I'm telling you, this. I'm not joking. It was the worst time. It just smeared it off.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an inmate in Double C.
That big bath when you got
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept the charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2.
Good.
Thank you. You may start the conversation now.
All right, line up for the head count. Prisoners missing. We have a breakout. number 3, Wayne Cowgirl. 2011 Black Chevy. Bradley Blankenship, Jeep Compass. Bradley Blankenship, Jeep Compass. Your car needs to be moved immediately, please. Thank you. If your tag number is C-477, the white Chevy truck that's parked about a block north. If you are blocking the east and west road, and it needs to be moved, please. COT-477 is the white Chevy truck. It's about a block and a half north of here.
down at the 30 on a good tackle there by number 32. Woodrow Spears. I like that name. You don't hear a lot of Woodrows these days. I like that.
So do you go back to your original offense, or do you open it up a little bit?
Well, I think you're going to have to speed up your pace of play second half, because EUFAULA's been a kind of a ground and pounded behind that big offensive line, and I think you're going to have to pick up the pace. You're going to have to run. You can't be so deliberate between plays.
Can you hear me through here?
And
he can't hear me.
We're having some technical difficulties here trying to work it out. We got to, Chris, can we hear you now?
Trying.
Yeah. Well, I can hear you because you're sitting next to me, but trips left here. Folsom handoff to Lee. Looks like we got a hold in the middle of the play. Maybe a face mask. Threw it from the backfield. That's usually the place where you're going to get a holding call. Loss of.
The rest were feeling a little left out already.
They're gonna probably deny the penalty there. Second and holding call. They're gonna take it. So it'll be first and 20 from the 20-yard line.
You want this?
So EUFAULA digging themselves in a bigger hole here. Trips to the left. Folsom working. Lee to his left. Little slant route to 11 there. Caden Rice had a big interception in the first half. Gains back, chunk up. Looks like he gains about 8. Second and 12. EUFAULA needs to work quick. They're a deliberate offense. They're going to usually take 20 seconds, 25, 30 seconds off the clock. They can't afford to do that, trailing by 20 here. That's a 3-score game. Folsom works. Single back along his right. He drops back. Got a vertical route over the middle, and Thomas intercepts it. Got room to run.
He's gone.
He is gone, folks.
Look at that speed.
The lead speed by Elijah Thomas starts the second half with a big interception over the middle. 45-yard interception return for a touchdown, playing free safety there for the Wildcats. And that makes the score 39-13, 10:55 left in the third quarter.
You know, that's just what EUFAULA didn't want. And, you know, they've been on the other end of that in the last couple years, and now they're getting a little taste of their own medicine.
Jones on an extra point.
Okay. I just can't hear myself.
Big time play to start the second half by the OU commit. They project him as a wide receiver, but he looked pretty good at free safety right there, Chris. See the replay right here. Folsom drops back, post route. He catches it in the midfield. It's 50-yard return. See the elite speed right here. Junior receiver downs the sidelines. Just jumps up and goes and gets it. And there's nobody catching him. So 10:55 left. Crowd hadn't even settled back in. Nachos are still warm, Chris, and we've got a 40-13 ball game. CHECOTAH well on their way to avenging 3 straight losses here to the Ironheads.
Yeah, there is, he says on the Titans, leave no doubt.
We watched that movie last night. Bridges bounces it outside.
Play.
He's got some moves, folks. Good job, gets it out above the 45 to the 47, where EUFAULA take their second possession of the second half. So, notice we had the Bravado Wireless tent down there as you entered from the north side of the stadium. What else we got down there? I saw some sunglasses. What else we got as giveaways tonight?
Lunch boxes.
Well, I need a lunch box. My wife told me to pack one today. Again there.
We
empty formation here, Chris. Little razzle-dazzle. Bridges looks to throw it deep. Good throw. It's going to be intercepted. Back-to-back interceptions by the Wildcats. They stayed at home on that one. Number 5, Lane Elliott, who had a touchdown early in the game, adds an interception to his work. And the Wildcat faithful are on their feet. Good throw by Bridges.
They've been waiting for this result for a few years.
Yeah. Folks, it's the oldest rivalry in Oklahoma. This is the 108th rendition of this rivalry. The all-time record is 53, 53, and 1. So it looks
you can't get much balance than that.
No, you can't. So we're going to have a break in the action. We got a player on the field. We're going to take one here on Bravado Wireless with 10:37 left in the third. CHECOTAH leading 40-13.
Things are happening. As promised, VoLTE is here. VoLTE is voice over LTE, which basically means clearer calls, faster data, and better connections, and upgraded tech for all of our customers. Stay tuned for more updates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
If you haven't heard, we're moving to 5G and shutting down our 3G network. But don't worry, this is a good thing. What you can expect out of this conversion: less dropped calls, crystal clear calls, faster data, and voice and data simultaneously. Unfortunately, some older phones will need to be upgraded to a newer device capable of an eSIM. Contact your local Bravado Wireless store to find out if your device needs to be upgraded or not. And make sure you're following Bravado Wireless on social to stay in the know of our conversion dates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours.
See if they start a ground game. They're going to drop back. They're good looking deep. To Thomas, who is gone. 81-yard touchdown pass on the post route. OU commit back-to-back touchdowns to open the second half, folks.
That was pretty. You'll see it on replay. He had steps.
Well, see a replay of this right here.
Look at his gloves.
Yeah, he's got some OU gloves on. See the play right here. Post route beats double coverage over the top and then just out races him to the end zone. And you see the elite speed for the junior.
That's a pretty play.
Yeah, great play. See why people are so high on him. That makes the score 47-13. If you thought they were going to run it out, think again.
No. Like I said, leave no doubt. Got some scores, Kurt. Number in 4A, number 5 Elgin is beating number 7 Weatherford 36-0.
Wow.
Tuttle and Guthrie are going at it, and number 3 Guthrie is beating number 2 Tuttle 13-3. Fort Gibson and Glenpool are knotted up 14-all.
I saw the Fort Gibson bus when I was heading this way tonight. Wonder where they were going to play.
And Wagner is beating Grove 35-14, just up the road from us where we're at. And Pryor is giving Coeta a game. It's 17-8 in the fourth quarter. And 20 miles away, we've got Hilldale playing, and they are just getting destroyed by Claremore, 35-13, which is, to me, is a surprise. I thought Hilldale was a better ball.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expect a lot out of Hilldale this year. Jones set to kick it deep. Going a little onside kick right here this time. Number 11 fields it at the Caden Rice. At the 30, gets it out to the 40. Looks like 41's what they're going to mark it. And they'll go back to work.
Stigler, who we see next week, is beating Stillwell 36-13.
Well, good hitting going on both sidelines.
And Hera is beating Seminole 28-6. We'll be at Seminole next week.
Look forward to going to Seminole. They used to have a good Mexican restaurant there. I don't think it's in play anymore.
Lincoln Christian is getting a battle from Shiloh Christian, 20-14.
Yeah, that's the most anticipated game of the week, I believe.
Yeah, and that's a final.
Boy, misdirection going on here. Snap was late. Offensive linemen were moving.
We had Beggs last week, and they're beating Verdigris 38-22 in the fourth.
Boy, we saw a great-looking receiver in Ryan Grayson last week. Junior prospect, got a couple of offers from Big 12 schools. He's somebody to have on your radar. And I'm telling you, Thomas is he's every bit what we saw out of Grayson. A little bigger frame. Great-looking athlete here for CHECOTAH. Single back behind Folsom. Twin receivers to his left, single receiver to his right. Miscommunication on the handoff. Folsom running for his life. And now he's going to throw a jump pass. Saves the loss right there. Heady play.
They were lucky they didn't call for offensive lineman downfield because a couple of those linemen were 10 yards downfield. We got a barn burner to the east of us here, and Roland and Central Salisal, 8-7, Kurt, in the fourth period.
Sounds like a ping pong match between me and you.
That'd be a high score in a soccer game.
I don't know what we're going to walk for a while right here. I think we're going to get a 1st and 10 after that.
Tulsa Noah with the potential OU commit. They're leading Chisholm 7-6. Chisholm with a win over my alma mater last week.
Yeah, things aren't good in Kingfisher these days.
Nah, they're 0-2 this year so far.
Quarterback lead right there. Folsom having a good ball game on the ground. Picks up 6. 2nd and 4. Clock ticks. Boy, it's a lot happened here. We've had 2 touchdowns for CHECOTAH in the first minute 40 of the second half.
So EUFAULA's on a little drive here, but it's penalty aided.
Is there a better drive?
That's the easy kind.
See if EUFAULA can get stuff going. This is Folsom. Boy, good delay right there. Crosses, gets the first down easily, picks up about another 6, I think. Like his speed and elusiveness at quarterback.
Well,
they've got to find some big play potential. This team is far from over. This game isn't going to dictate, really spell their season out. Coach Newton's a guy that preaches patience. He worries about him getting better week over week. That's why they make deep runs in the playoffs. This will be a setback for them as he's controlled this rivalry for the last 4 years. But I'm sure his team will learn from this and get better. And just the reality is,
got some time.
Oh, he's got a chance. Good coverage. Just missed an interception there.
Had the
Yeah,
opportunity
McGuire had a chance at it.
They, the thing about EUFAULA is I've seen them come out and lose a couple games started the season, and then they'll go on a run.
Yeah, and their schedule's not easy, man. They lost to a good Vian Ball Club week 0, won big over Tahlequah last week, and then this game really CHECOTAH's off to the best start they've had in a few years, and congrats to Coach Russ. Oh, yeah, they've got talent. I mean, we talk a lot about Thomas, but listen, Bray has been great at the corner, great at receiver tonight. The freshman Lake has had 2 touchdown catches, and you got to think, boy, looks pretty easy for a freshman in a big rivalry game as Folsom gets it down to about the 22, where he'll move the chains again. Tackled on the sidelines there by Thomas.
I would say that number 6 is Folsom is going to sleep late tomorrow.
Oh,
he's been.
Yeah, that's why they have film at noon on Saturdays, because
he's had to cover Thomas on defense, and that's a tall task for anybody.
Yeah, playing both ways. Handoff there, but to 27, Gavin Watkins bounces it down, gets it to about the 15.
Good sportsmanship.
We'll see Ethan Watkins and the McAllister Buffaloes in 2 weeks in a 5A matchup with Dell City.
Good sportsmanship there by Carson Luna, helping his opponent up.
Folsom takes a snap, quarterback lead. He's going to get to the end zone.
That's a nice run.
Good little run right up the middle there. Little trap play. And EUFAULA cuts the lead to 47-13 with the point after coming. Or 47-19, my bad.
They run that play 3 times here on this drive where they do reach blocks to the left, and then the back cuts against the grain and back against the block. And they ran that 3 times on that drive, that last play for 20 yards.
That one was blocked. Kicking game woes. We're going to take a break in the action. 7:26 left here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless coverage. Make the bold move and switch today.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
Back here at CHECOTAH with you, Curtis Branch joined alongside Chris Rule, and the faithful from CHECOTAH join a big night here, leading 47-19, 7:26 left in the third.
And EUFAULA fans haven't given up yet.
No.
Their sideline's still full. They're still holding out the faithful.
Brian Lynn kicking it. Squib kick onside. It's going to be trouble. And they got the recovery. I'm not sure he didn't touch that before the line of the 10-yard line, but
see the replay here.
I think he caught it right at the 10-yard line. has to go 10 yards before EUFAULA player can touch him. They're going to give him the ball.
Here's the replay.
He was across there. Now on that, but I don't think we saw the whole replay. Then we can get it one more time. They're going to give it to him. They're not going down swinging, folks.
No?
I mean, going down without a fight is what I meant to say.
Another replay. Look at that. Better shot.
Yeah,
he was past the 50.
Yeah, good play. And kind of shocking, CHECOTAH wasn't ready for that. To be fair, I wasn't ready for it. Folsom's reward for scoring a touchdown is coming back out and running again.
Timeout on the CHECOTAH side.
We'll stay here during this brief break in the
Coach
action.
Newton, he's pulling out the stops.
Now, if you're going to mount a comeback, probably no better way to do it than a rivalry game. No better plays. And you know, part of this, I've had people debate this, and why are you working on this when you're down so much? Just let the game in. Well, you're working on situations. Later in the season, a playoff game, on the road, maybe you're down and you've got to work clock. There's no better time to work clock. There's no better time to work situational situations in football or basketball than when you're down, right?
And it's also, you know, what you're portraying to your kids, right?
Yeah,
you know,
that we're not quitting, we're not giving up.
We're not giving up, and we're going to play to the bell rings, or you know, you always. When I was coached, it was always play to the whistle.
Right.
And you're going.
They had whistles back when you played.
Yeah, they just yelled at you.
We had the wood and the cork whistles.
Yeah.
See as they go back to work right here. Folsom under center or in the gun.
Trap.
Yep.
51 on the stop. Tackle pulled there and up into the hole. And
Rain Westbrook on the play. This junior class for CHECOTAH is pretty good.
Grab and drag with the line work there.
Still being pretty deliberate. Play clock under 10. Handoff there. Boy, he's met at the line of scrimmage. Wow. Wallop there on number 72. Bryce Marshall, freshman. He had a couple of helpers there with him. It's good-looking young players out here.
Yeah, I tell you what, but you know, CHECOTAH's got some really nice.
2 years ago, we saw a good-looking freshman named Elijah Thomas, and now he's top-ranked player in the state.
And we were wondering at the time why they were playing a freshman, and we found out really quick. He's got some burners. He's got the
Folsom
edge.
got room to run. Thomas on the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 30.
Big Rashawn Watts sealing the corner there, or sealing the edge for him.
Well, you see the strength of EUFAULA, that offensive line moving.
Yeah, it's
blockers,
and it's running the ball, right? I mean,
yeah.
It's not. They're not going to throw it down the field like CHECOTAH, but it's methodical. You know.
This is a situation, though, I think you'd want to see. Let's play with a little more tempo.
This is what you were talking about in the aspect that you do what you do. You know, you don't give up on it.
Look for Bridges ISO'd on the top of the screen against Bray. We're going to hand it off. Well, 12 comes away with it. Dallas Carter, he tackled the football, but they're not going to give it to him.
Get a replay on this. That ball's out.
Oh, yeah, it's clearly out. 2nd and 8. Folsom rolls left. Oh, he's got him if he can get it to him, and he doesn't. Underthrows him, and Bray with the interception. Boy, it's a good little route, and he just underthrows him where it's a touchdown. Great defensive play, staying in a moment there. Bray, big-time interception. One of his best games in this rivalry. Gives CHECOTAH the ball back on their 17. 1st and 10, 4:49 left in the third quarter. See how Coach Ross wants to work here.
Thomas has got man out here on the edge.
Going to go to Caden Mitchell up the middle. And he takes it out about 15 yards out to the 33.
Good back.
He got a little wiggle in him, as Pat Jones would say. Got a player injured on the field.
And it's that trap play.
Yeah, blocking on the second level is really good, though. I mean, he's making the linebacker miss every single carry. We got somebody down on the field for CHECOTAH, so we're going to take a break in the action here on Bravado Wireless, Friday Night Lights Game of the Week.
Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your...
Back in the action here, CHECOTAH football, and we got an offsides penalty there on EUFAULA. Give them a 1st and 5 from the 37. We really, if we want to get home before sunup, we need to get this the penalties cleaned up here. There's not enough truck stops between here and Tulsa, Chris, for me. Enjoy the action tonight. Hand off to Mitchell. He's going to bounce it to the outside. We got a holding call, but you're going to see the speed. Boy, he's driven out of bounds by Lynn. That probably should be a late hit. And they're not going to call that. But I think we got a holding call back here.
He's a good-looking back. He really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I'd like to see his pads be a little lower, but I like his bounce, and he's got pretty good rhythm to how he runs.
He sees the play developed, and he sees the holes, and that's something that's not taught,
Yeah. Well, and the defensive front for EUFAULA is pretty good, and they've done a really good job of handling them up front, to where you get into the second level and he's making a guy miss.
Coach Newton there, deciding whether he's going to take it or not.
I think he's saying something really nice.
They called
Oh,
that
wow.
late hit. So
they picked up one flag, and
so they'll won't they mark mark 10 and then come back 15 this other way?
Chris, I think you and I need to get a rules book before the next game because, you know, it's weird because you have so many calls that are different from high school to college to pro. I don't know what's going on. And I'm sure the viewing audience doesn't blame me for not knowing what's going on. But,
you know, we watch a lot of football, and yet.
Boy, it's different every game. I mean, it's different at every level. It gets confusing. You know, one of the things I heard a coach talking this week about rules changes and the hash marks, he said, if you want to really kind of balance football out, and one rule change you can make is bring the hash marks into the middle of the field like it is in the NFL.
But you know what that does, right?
Balances the field, partly.
Yeah. Well, it also increases, if you got a fast team, it'll
Boy, Mitchell bounces it outside, makes a guy miss, gets to the second level again, where he's met by Luke Hodgins, but not before he picks up 3. Well, it's like the vision right there, the ability to bounce it out when you had kind of had a run blitz on it.
With the linebacker shooting, caving on or shooting up the off the defensive end there.
Taking a little time here. Clock ticks under 3:40. Mitchell inside run blitz going. Lynn tackles him for no gain.
Brian Lynn with the nice.
Boy, EUFAULA selling out for the run right here. I don't know if you don't take a shot one more time. I mean, they've got 2 guys on Thomas. They're not going to let him go over the top if they can help it. But if Folsom doesn't put a body on him right here, he's going to outrun everyone down the sidelines. Boy, blitz up the middle. Jones escapes, and there's nobody there. Again, that's the Bray Thomas effect. You pull guys out to the boundary. The middle of the field is wide open. You bring a blitz. He avoids it. And picks up 23 for a first down.
That's the golden rule that you don't do when you're rushing the passer is pass him.
Yeah.
If you get downfield and you get past the quarterback, it's over.
Yeah. I think you'll see more ground game right here. Trips to the right side of the field this time. Single coverage on the near side with Thomas covered by Folsom. Boy, quick throw out to Bray. He makes the first guy miss. Pretty good open field tackle there by Lynn. Brings him down, or he's going to probably score.
You're going to see that trap play here.
2nd and 3. Boy, we've had some bad weather nights. I don't know that we've had a better weather night than tonight. I say we go grab football after the game and throw a few routes out on the field. I don't think anybody mind. Minute 50 left, taking their time here.
3 weeks ago you'd have been like, when's it going to break?
Yep.
Oh, there's your trap play.
Boy, Jones making some plays with the legs. Trying to stay in bounds. Doesn't do it. Good official will let the clock go there. 2nd and looks like he got the first. Boy, this is be a big win for CHECOTAH as they head into district play. Will improve them to 3-1. EUFAULA's got one more non-district game before they start action.
Bella there on the camera action got into the play there.
Yep. Timeout CHECOTAH. Minute 28 left in the third quarter. We're going to take a break here as well. CHECOTAH leading 47-19.
To the
Around and wave. They had him.
Yep.
Had him at the goal line. And
little crossing route. Doesn't make the play. Checotah will host Muldrow next week. And then Spyro travels to Eufaula next week for their last non-district game. Second and 10. Jones been really good tonight. Look at the crossing route. He's got two wide open. He had so much time, he's like he couldn't believe it. He had Elliott and...
He could have tucked it and run if he wanted to.
Wanted to throw the pass to Checotah. To Thomas. But he had Elliott open. He could have run for a touchdown. So...
That's one I don't think Thomas will ever drop again.
Yeah.
They've got him in the slot here.
For the corner route. Looks like we're going to have a holding call here.
Yeah, that's one where I think EUFAULA got a little lucky because the pass rush, again, passes the quarterback.
Fourth down, they're going to decline the penalty. Make a 4th and 10. Fourth and 10 on the 18. Nobody has left their seats yet.
Thomas in the slot again.
Look for Bray here in the slot on the... Oh, he's wide open on the crossing route. Has them both crossing at the same time. Just off his fingertips, and possession will turn over to EUFAULA. Oh, he had Bray. Bray was more open than Thomas was. Just a little high.
So ball turnover on downs. So we'll go the other direction.
1st and 10 on the 18. Boy, you got Bridges split way outside the numbers to the top of your screen. Look for a slant route. There's a lot of space right there to get one in. You see Thomas kind of edging that way. Gives some help to his teammate. Good run. Gavin Watkins out to the 25.
Probably have
23.
Hold on the pull of the lineman. Couldn't have been the receiver. He was stock blocking.
Going to take the penalty. One thing both teams probably don't want to see these guys get hurt. Start to maybe see some substitutions for both squads.
Yeah, kind of empty your bench a little bit. Get some players some time on the field.
Watkins has carried the load for EUFAULA second half. Folsom with a carry. Another hold. Going to decline it.
Refs are getting lonely.
Second down. So we're at Seminole next week.
McAllister the week after that.
McAllister, Dell City will be a great one. See our good friend Forrest Mazie. Always been good to us. He's never lost a ball game with us broadcasting.
No.
Had some great junior prospects. They lost McCarty, who's an OU commit. Lost a couple of linebackers.
He's not a commit anymore.
Well, he was an OU commit. Folsom back to pass. Throws it away. Brings up 3rd and 18.
He's probably a red shirt this year.
Sustained a knee injury late in the year last year. But both these teams, you want to see these guys get off the field with no injury, clean, move on, learn, and put this one past you and get ready for district play.
Yeah.
EUFAULA's picked second in their district. CHECOTAH has picked third in theirs. Can CHECOTAH be a home playoff team, get second in their district? And with that, we end 3/4 of play here in the 108th rendition of the McIntosh County War, with CHECOTAH leading 47-19 as we head into the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break here on BravadoWireless.com.
There's really only one explanation for businesses who continue to thrive for decades on end, and that's a people-first mentality. Bravado employees live within our existing coverage area just like you. Our kids go to the same schools and play in the same leagues as yours. That's why so much of who we are consists of giving back to our communities, because your community is also our community. We are your family, your neighbors, and your leader in wireless mobility. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome to Bravado Wireless, from right here in Eastern Oklahoma, where we provide quality wireless service and nationwide coverage for just $40 a month per line.
Back in the action here, start of the fourth quarter, 3rd and 18. Or no, we got fourth.
Yeah, 4th and
4,
12.
my bad. Big time punt. Boy, Thomas started to field it, lets it go. Probably should have caught that one on the fly. Lets that, probably loses 20 yards right there, but field position. Big man's got a leg on him now. Sure, CHECOTAH, you keep it on the ground right here. Let Mitchell he's been the workhorse tonight up the middle. Jones has been very effective when they pressured him. It's taken 1 sack on the night. Otherwise, he's done a good job of avoiding pressure, feeling the pressure, which you see a lot of quarterbacks unable to do.
And I'd say this, and they've hit on a couple of them, but he's made the right reads, and that a lot of throws have been slip screens or outs or 10-yard square ends, but they've not done the 30-yard bombs other than the couple.
The fourth and 20
Yeah.
one play where they converted late first half.
But it's
they're going to throw it. He avoids pressure again. He's got Mitchell wide open. He's got, boy, if he could have found Mitchell over the middle. Mitchell had about 35 yards dead in front of him.
Yeah, on the cross.
He just sitting there hiding, waiting. What products you all got coming out? iPhone 15 coming out this fall?
We got the iPhone 15 coming out, be available in late December.
Have you seen the new product, the new Apple? It's not AI, but it's the Vision Pro, I think is what they call it.
I have not.
It's incredible technology. Bray with a pass. He gets out to the 40, 41-yard line.
We've got some specials on the 14 coming out as we get ready for the 15, clear out some inventory.
Yeah.
So we've got some specials on the 14 as we clear out some more inventory, getting ready for the 15. And for those that are unaware, if you've got anything older than a 12, we've got some really good specials for you. With Volti coming up, you've got to be on a more modern phone.
Right.
So if you're on a 10 or 11 or a previous version, stop in and see what they can do for you because.
So one of our commercials said that we're turning down Bravado Wireless or Cross is Bravado Wireless is turning down 3G. So if you've got an older phone, you're going to need to upgrade so you can have the Volti technology.
As technology advances and as we start deploying 5G, we've got to turn down 3G, which is CDMA and the 3G data,
which is basic data and texting functionality.
Your older phones won't work on your voice moves over from CDMA into Volti, and so your phone has to have that capability, and your older phones don't have that. So.
Gotcha. So, folks, if you're looking to upgrade, go to your local Bravado Wireless store and see what kind of deals they can cut you. And they've also got some hunting cameras and the Vosker stuff, and then
with deer season getting ready to happen in a few weeks,
should have those trail cams out there right now. As you see Mitchell bouncing it out to the 46, maybe 47. Good, tough running up the middle there. He's not stopped playing hard.
Deer stands out and start feeding your corn. You need to get your trail cams out. Have you got yours out yet?
I got a few out and been feeding corn all summer.
Oh, you got an early start.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to get them bigger this year. Trips to the near side here. Jones whips it out here to Lake. Well, he's had a big ball game for a freshman. Picks up only one or two right there. Bring up 3rd and short.
Nice pass that you complete and run clock, but keep the field spread offensively.
Yeah, we've got some Spartan trail cams out there, and they get all kinds of action, Chris. It's amazing, that technology. You can see it on your phone while you're calling a ball game. Jones looks deep, and he's got him.
He's got him.
And he's going to score. We've seen that play a couple times. Hitch route, and go over the top. Brian Love Jr., the 52-yard touchdown catch, makes it 53-19. Boy, it's going to be a big celebration in Checotah tonight.
Yeah, they're liable to have a parade down Main Street.
Yeah, no doubt. Sonic's going to be hopping.
On the Pizza Hut.
Boy, great response to 3 straight years of losses here, and they're taking out a little frustration, I imagine, on that. And, as a coach, you're on both sides of it, and, it's understandable, and he knocks that through. But I'll tell you what, the thing I've been most impressed with, we've seen Checotah the last couple of years be one-dimensional, have athletes that can run it, can't throw it, have athletes that can throw it, can't run it. They've had extreme balance tonight in the run game and the passing game, and they've done an incredible job of using Bray and Thomas to open up plays for everybody else, which gives them that balance.
Yeah, you're totally correct, Kurt. I mean, and I made the comment earlier that, you know, we've never seen kind of the balance at quarterback since they've had Shropshire. And, you know, because the last few years they've had really good wide receivers.
Right.
And a lot of speed with the wide receivers. They couldn't get them the ball. You know, they jet sweeped them and things of that sort. But, you know, you didn't see a 30-yard pass down the field.
Right.
And they're able to do that this year. And that makes them very dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you got balance like that and you can't load up against the run or load up against the pass, which we've seen other teams do against them, they've got more balance than we've seen them have in the 4 years I've covered them.
And they've done a really good job pass protecting as well. You know, when they hit Lincoln Christian and some of those schools, you know, that's going to be the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. But Jones has done a good job. He's been effective in the pocket. He has Folsom, the quarterback, returning the kick here. Boy, he makes a couple guys miss. He got some room to run. He gets it out to about the 41 where he'll take over. Or if he's going to take the gloves off after. Yeah, it looks like he's going to take them off. It's quarterback. Young man is going to be tired.
Yeah, he's had a tough double duty.
But he's just sophomore. He's going to be in this next couple of years. He's taking his time to throw the gloves to the sidelines. I think Coach, I need a breather. But give him credit. He's played his tail off and given his team everything that they could ask of him.
They're going to have to get up and go.
I'll tell you what, they're going to be good by the end of the year because you think about this. He's a sophomore. Bridges is a threat. He's made a couple of plays on the outside tonight. And I think the one guy that's kind of been quiet that I expected a little more out of is Dresden Childs. And, you know, I don't know if he's a little limited, injured or something, but, you know, he had a big game last week. And so you kind of – and they've got a good offensive line. So if they can play ahead of the game and use that line to churn clock, it's just hard to come back when you're a team that likes to be a ground-oriented team. And so, but Folsom's going to make people miss, and he's going to make plays. They got to find a way probably to rest him a little bit too.
Well, you know, on the CHECOTAH side, you're starting to see some of the backup linemen are in, so they're starting to sub some players in. Give them some time.
Folsom bounces it outside. You see the shiftiness right there. That's a big-time run from a sophomore quarterback right there. Get across midfield down to the 46, 47. Moving the chains.
And you got a player down, number 11.
But if they can play with the lead or not have to come back and they can chew clock, it's a 1 or 2 score game. The pick sixes, the couple of big plays at the end of the first half that gave CHECOTAH short fields and made this a 20-point game at halftime, and then your pick six to start the second half really put them at a disadvantage. And I think if you had it over for EUFAULA, you'd want to maybe not see CHECOTAH start 14-0. And
no, that was the worst start for them, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's the absolute best start, conversely, for CHECOTAH. So, you know, it's a game of inches. I think these teams are probably a little closer in talent level than 54-19, and I think you'll see adjustments made as we've seen year over year with Coach Newton and his squad as they'll get better come district time, and they'll be favored in most of those games, all but probably one. So, you know, if they can stay healthy, and you want both these teams to stay healthy as they move forward in their playoff aspirations. But man, if you're a CHECOTAH fan, you got to be excited about what you're seeing tonight. You've seen a balanced offense, seen a really aggressive defense, and you've seen a quarterback make plays and distribute the football. And you see a scheme that really creates plays for other people, right? And it's that's what I like the most about what I've seen tonight from CHECOTAH. Snap gets around Folsom. He's trying to make a play, throwing it for his dear life. Nobody in the area. I don't know. In the tackle box. Boy, don't throw a flag here.
Past the line of scrimmage.
Did get it to, yeah.
I think they're going to look the other way on that one.
I think they're going to call the flag.
I wanted to make a comment. You saw the CHECOTAH managers. One of the ladies that is one of the managers for CHECOTAH is Ayanna Brewer, who played with my daughter, AAU ball. She's be a baller for CHECOTAH.
Yeah, they're going to call the penalty. Intentional grounding, which is the right call. I just think with 7:30, it's the correct call. I don't think it's the right call. 7:37 in a ball game that's
out of reach.
It's out of reach. Got fans want to go hug their kids,
yep.
And kids want to go celebrate. Let's get them off the field. It's, we're at 10, just about 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, you. I thought maybe they might look the other way and let it go and keep things running, but it is the right call. It's just, one of those that you think at some point in time you got to start, you might start looking the other way.
Got him on the post route. Just threw a little low. Dallas Carter almost got the interception. Kind of had to duck for it. It was loose, coming right at his helmet.
Yeah. When I used to umpire baseball and it's a 9-0 game or an 8-0 game, you get those high fastballs and all of a sudden those become strikes.
Yeah.
You're wanting to get out of there, and the kids are as well. You don't want it to go on forever and be embarrassing.
You also want the kids to have a chance to compete, and 3rd and 23. Boy, Folsom running. Got a little room. Good block on the edge. Brought down at the 47 by, looks like Shooter Eagleberger. Boy, that's a good name, too, right there. We got an all-name team here. We did this a couple of years ago. Dion and I had some all-name guys. We got a couple out here on the CHECOTAH squad.
Well, Kurt, it's time to nominate our OK Sportsnet Player of the Game. Who's your choice?
Boy, it's a lot of balance on CHECOTAH. I'm going to go. Everyone talks about Elijah Thomas, and rightly so. I'm going to give it to Jacob Jones. My vote is Jacob Jones, the quarterback, because he has distributed the ball well. He's made good decisions in the pocket. He's avoided pressure, and got 4 touchdown passes on the night.
I was going to go with Caden Mitchell, the running back, but again, you talk about, it's all the easy picks, Elijah Thomas,
but you think about, I will say this about Elijah Thomas. Double team, bracketed all first half, made 3 or 4 catches, made a couple of big plays, but was patient. He kind of just said, hey, I'm the real deal here, and I'm going to show you why. First 2 plays of the second half, 50-yard touchdown, interception return. Next play, he gets it. He goes post route against double coverage, goes 80.
And I agree with you, but he can't, and I'm going to agree with you again in the aspect that he can't do it unless Jacob Jones gets him the football.
Right.
And that's the problem that CHECOTAH's had in years past is in the last few years, they didn't have anybody that could get them the ball.
Right.
Not to say that they didn't move it. It's just you got to get your playmakers the football.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I go with him. I think he's the guy. Everybody knows about Thomas. Everybody knows about Jaden Bray. Jones is the guy that can get them the ball and make them effective. It doesn't matter how good and how fast you are if you can't get the football. Because I watched Dax Hill, who's a starting safety in the NFL, and he was the best athlete in the state of Oklahoma when he was at Booker T, and he caught 2 balls a game.
So, yeah, you're exactly right. And so you fans need to go out to OK Sportsnet, log on, and vote for your player of the game. And Bravado Wireless will make a donation to the school in honor of the player of the game. So, show your support for those individuals and vote.
Got 3rd and 7 now from the 15. Clock ticking, creeping towards 5 minutes left. Good job of running the clock down under 5. Handoff, 22. Jaden Casey bounces it out. He might have the first down. He's going to get it, folks. Moving the chains. Nice run there by the junior. Boy, Checota's got a pretty good junior class.
Yeah, they really do. And
had several players.
Again, that's that trap play. You see number 77 trapping the defensive end. And, again, that you see that as a defensive lineman, you're supposed to follow that lineman down the line. And that's he's not doing that, so that's why that play is been successful.
Nice play up the middle. Lee wrestles him down, but not before he gets above the 37. And that's another first down, 12-yard gain by Casey, Jaden Casey.
That guard tackle pull there.
A little GT action.
Yep. 56 and 77. Camden Miller and
both these teams have really good-looking offensive lines,
and they're smart. They're knowing who to hit, and so the same play, guard tackle pull there.
GT snuffs it out. Casey with tough running. Boy, 63 with initial hit there. Dada Shine. Well, I like that name too. I'll tell you, these people know how to name their kids. 2nd and 6. Clock ticking close to the 3-minute mark. Ball would be snapped right about 3 minutes to go. Good clock management here by Checotah. Going to get to 4. I think they're going to either have to call timeout and take a penalty. Yeah. We'll take our final timeout of the night here on Bravado Wireless with Checotah leading 54-19.
Plans backed by the golden rule, treating customers like neighbors. No fine print and no bait and switch. Now that's a bold move. Bravado Wireless. Big things are happening. As promised, VoLTE is here. VoLTE is voice over LTE, which basically means clearer calls, faster data, and better connections, and upgraded tech for all of our customers. Stay tuned for more updates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
If you haven't heard, we're moving to 5G and shutting down our 3G network. But don't worry, this is a good thing. What you can expect out of this conversion: less dropped calls, crystal clear calls, faster data, and voice and data simultaneously. Unfortunately, some older phones will need to be upgraded to a newer device capable of an eSIM. Contact your local Bravado Wireless store to find out if your device needs to be upgraded or not, and make sure you're following Bravado Wireless on social to stay in the know of our conversion dates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
I haven't seen him.
Really
back in the action. New
for
quarterback in for Checotah.
And that's a people first mentality.
Boy, everyone in EUFAULA knew that was a running play. Number 8 in at the first time, Eli Patterson. Looks like a freshman quarterback there.
Some backups.
Boy, you don't want to see this. We're going to stay here while they talk to the player. Chris, reminder where we got Stigler and
Seminole next week.
Seminole next week.
That's 2 common opponents for Checotah, so you Checotah fans, if you want to see what some of your future opponents look like, tune in and watch the stream.
This is a question I get a lot, Chris, is Jaden Lake on the play there, injury. Big night for the freshman. He coming off. How long are the games posted? So, like, you want to go back and watch the game. You're not watching it live with us now. Is the game up for a week? Is it up for 2 weeks for the season?
No, they're you can go back years.
Okay.
And on YouTube and they're you can Google.
So they're posted to YouTube and BravadoWireless.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll put them in a sequence or whatever, but you do your search and you can find older games and a lot of these kids will take those feeds and streams and edit them and that's what they use for some of their recruiting videos.
Yeah. Boy, nice run right there. Put his head down, got it across the 45. He's going to be short of the first down, but good, tough running right there by Jaden Casey.
We did a game here. I'm going to say three. We've always done
with
this.
the Fisher.
Yeah, we've done this game for a long time. And
wasn't it Dontier Fisher?
Dontier Fisher. And his mom come up to me after the game and said, I really appreciate you guys doing these games because his father is in, I think at the time was in Alaska or Michigan or somewhere, and is able to see, him play. And he's never been able to see him play as a senior. So, things like that are really neat to have happen.
Yeah. Well, and you see at a time in our nation where all the big carriers are cutting back. They're cutting back on services. They're cutting back on spend in the communities, and really all their sponsorship dollars goes to big corporate events. And I won't name the carriers, but you've got Bravado Wireless who invest weekly into their communities, and that's something that matters to me. It's something that should matter to you as a community because you don't have that kind of service. We actually went to lunch with one of the other carriers this week, and they have no idea what's going on. And they asked us what's going on, and they don't know where spend's going. They don't know how they're investing in the communities or what's going on anywhere. And Bravado Wireless is very different. That's why they're near and dear to my heart because of the impact they make in the local communities.
And that means a lot because it takes a lot of effort to put these games together. I mean, we've got 16. It takes 16 individuals to.
Good run right here. He may go.
There's a horse collar.
Gavin Watkins. It's going to be about a 27-yard gain. Nice run on the play.
But we have a crew of 16, not counting yourself or I, and that it takes to put one of these.
I'm not worth count.
One of these games together, and with multi-cameras and replay and all the graphics and everything, but it's what we do to give back to the community, and not only do we football, we do basketball and other sports as well. Christmas parades and things of that sort. Just to be involved in the community and give back a little bit. And,
right.
It's just a way that we can show that we care and be involved in the communities. I get asked, how do you choose your games? And one thing that we do is, we want games within our footprint,
right?
Our coverage, our home coverage area, and so that means not Tulsa or even
right.
though we've done some games, but it's usually one of our.
Is traveling to or facing an opponent like that. So when you have two schools two communities that are in your coverage area, it makes it real easy to make this.
Yeah, just like this game.
Yeah.
We've got EUFAULA and CHECOTAH, and both communities are within our footprint and our home footprint, and we got a score here.
Watkins is going to waltz into the end zone with 20 seconds left to make the score 54-25.
So, that's just like next week we've got Seminole and Stigler, and it's the same situation.
Right.
And though we do
stipends before, and they're well received. I thought Coach Newton thought I was hitting on him the first time I did it.
For our troubles and being in their way and things of that sort, and this way it's really to help the local community.
Yeah. Well, we thank you, and I know the communities are appreciative of it as well. And you can always learn more about Bravado Wireless, the services they provide on bravadowireless.com, or go to your local store and see a sales rep and see how they can help you, whether it's fixed wireless, TV solutions with Roku, or wireless service plans. And they're a great service. I use Bravado for my services, and really grateful for all that they've done for our communities. And grew up in Cleveland. We provided fixed wireless services there as part of the Bravado community, and that's been well received in that town.
We're soon to be in Pawnee.
Yep. Coming from northwest into Pawnee. So we're coming for you, Black Bears.
Yeah, we've not done, any. We've done a couple of Cleveland games, but
yeah, we don't want to talk about that. That's
they're having a rough year this year again.
Boy, there's yeah, I don't want to talk about my alma mater, but we ought to put them and Kingfisher on the field and see who can win it. Be a pillow fight. Ball bounded down at the 19-yard line. Should be the next to last play of the ball game. So I want to thank our broadcast crew who has done a great job for us tonight, all the cameramen. You see one of them down there on the sidelines.
They're getting a lot of experience. They're a new group this year, and they're getting a lot of experience, and they're trial by fire.
Yeah. It's like the guy works with me out of my land. He was not very happy with his skid steer abilities earlier in the week, and I told him practice. We're talking about practice, AI, and he got better. And
6 o'clock, they looked at me like a deer in the headlights, and I said, you got to go.
Yeah. So they'll take a knee. Both teams will line up in midfield, shake hands with the victorious CHECOTAH Wildcats, dominating from start to finish, doubling up EUFAULA 54-27. And Coach Ross gets off the snide, 1-3 now against Coach Newton. And, good things are ahead of both these ball clubs, and we wish them the best the rest of the year. Hopefully we'll see one or both of them come playoff time, and we like to try to do a couple of playoff games. So I think both these teams are definitely trending in that direction. You want to wish safe, haven for these guys rest of the way, and just really good job coaching by Coach Ross and his staff to get them ready to go. So.
Good point. For playoffs, it's input from the communities is where we go.
Yeah. So absolutely. So with that, we're going to sign off here on bravadowireless.com and wish you all the best tonight. Safe travels home, and God bless you. And we'll see you next week from Seminole, Oklahoma, as Stigler will travel there for a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Good night, Kurt. Good night, everyone.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management. This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.
Mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity